last match of the day. It's very important. Who are the top teams in North America? We're trying to find out right now. It's NRG against G2, your last best of 5 of the day, with the commentary, Wave Punk and Finable Carpet.
Chat, I want you to just know just how defensive Axeltoss was of that prediction and making sure we didn't know it before right now. And I don't understand why, because he predicted the exact same thing everybody else predicted.
He thought that he was going for the wild card there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he thinks everyone else has faith.
No one else is predicting the three-time North American champ. Oh, wait, everybody's predicting the three-time North American champ. I predicted NRG on this one.
Yeah, NRG 2. No, I had NRG.
That would be clever right there.
If only I was clever enough.
It's like when you spell, like when you're like doing true-false on a test and you write like a T sort of like an F, you know? And it's like you can't quite tell which one it is.
Almost.
Yeah, NRG 2 there. But here, clash of two North American powerhouses, one sitting at 4-1, one sitting at 3-1. One of them is going to get a 2 in that loss column here and drop out of that kind of tied for the top spot area here. So I cannot wait to get into this match and see how these teams play up against each other, because it's going to be a big one. Like they said on the desk, G2 got the win over Cloud9. Can they do it here against NRG and take down 2 of the big 3, them being the other big 3? So let's get into it. G2 in the orange, NRG in the blue here on DFH.
I'd call NRG the powerhouse and G2 maybe more of like a lake house. You know, you only get to really enjoy them sometimes.
They're a generator, like a little power shed, not necessarily a powerhouse.
If there's ever a time for them to come alive that way, it will be this season. I think just in general, there's always been a little bit of a rivalry between these guys. So I think everyone should have some fun going into this and really just try and have some fun against your opponents and outplay them.
I definitely see what you're saying about the fact that G2 just very rarely has ever had any solid wins in the stage that really mattered. When it comes to players, and when you think about the best players in North America, they've got 3 of them on the pitch right here, but Fireburner to roll it over the top of Kronovi, put it through. NRG's up first.
If there's ever a 50-50 to win from Fireburner, it's probably this one. He saw that Kronovi had to try and get behind it. He stayed on top of it. His car touched that ball maybe 4 times rolling through it. He made sure he bodied it as much as he could. And you'll see him outplay Kronovi there in net. 1 goal up.
I'll send that one through. The first minute here, now G2 trying to respond. With Fireburner up into the corner, Garrett G's there as well. Jacob lurks back in net. Moves out alongside Fireburner there in the air. Now Kronovi dropping this one down to the box. Loose past Jacob. Soft touches here, but Jacob's able to recover, play it away. Fireburner now in net, will move out first. Shot towards net. Jnaps is there and clears it. Kronovi looking for the demolition on Jacob in the midfield. Won't find it. Garrett G shot across the net towards the far corner. Now Kronovi with the loft in the midfield. Fireburner's there. First shot towards the G2 net. Rizzo with the clear up to midfield. Jnaps was there. The 1-2 play onto the backboard. Now Jnaps airborne. Shot towards net is high. No one went up. Nobody thought that that ball was in.
The 1-2, 1-2-3 play.
Yeah, sure. Pass plays from G2. Well, we've come to know and love them for. Very intentional passes. But right now, trailing by 1 with 3:10 left to go.
Right now, Fireburner, the only one with shots for NRG, but he's got 4 shots alone, doubling everything G2 even has. They only have 2 total as a team, but we're still only 2 minutes in, and only 1 goal separates these 2 teams.
Jacob looked to demo Rizzo in net. Didn't find any contact. Soft touch to leave it for Garrett G. Kronovi sits in goal, comes up. Jnaps actually cleared it away from the side, and that leaves a completely open backfield here for G2. Jacob will push it through, and he's just got Rizzo to deal with. He gets the dunk over the top. Fireburner's in a good position. He'll be able to take the shot, put it through. NRG up by 2.
Jacob, smart to follow this through the moment he gets this touch out. Look at that recovery.
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to just hold his drift in while he was sliding backwards, jump one more time, get the diagonal flip to body that ball and try and push it right in front of net. I mean, I want to give that credit to Jacob just for that.
On the offense, to create the opportunity there was all Jacob, but I think it all kind of started with that double commit. Jnaps attacking when Kronovi clearly had the defensive play in net and left them wide open. The touch from Jacob into the midfield there. Rizzo will send it to Jnaps. Back to Kronovi. With 2:19 left on the clock, past halftime, and NRG up by 2. Jacob over the top, Garrett G airborne, can't make contact. Fireburner will pass to Garrett G. Shot towards net off of the side of his car. Fireburner looks to finish it off here. Jacob in with another attempt, but JNAPS will block it away. G2 holding on right now on the defense. JNAPS plays over the top of one, down the field. Rizzo, a nice redirect towards the net, but Fireburner can flick it high. Rizzo in to try and finish it off once more. This one goes away as well. NRG holding on the defense. G2 unable to create shots on target. Now Rizzo on the wall. He's got Kronovi off to the side. Look for the pass. Finds it. Shot from Kronovi is wide. Goes off the post. Just barely wide there.
And he just narrowly dodged demolition as well. Somebody trailing behind him. He heard their engine last second. Was able to dodge it, but it made his shot just that much more inaccurate, and he barely missed.
JNAPS will pass basically to Jacob, who now going for the dribble plays. Softly plays it past Rizzo, but Kronovi comes in. Plays into the corner. Kronovi rocking the new boost from the accelerator crit. I believe that's called Power Shot. Get that from the new autumn update. Fireburner now getting it past Kronovi. Look at the fake play. But Rizzo's able to send that one away. Last minute of game 1 here, and it's NRG up by 2. And G2 really, they've had good moments of offensive pressure. They've had a few decent shots that have been blocked, but no follow-ups just yet. 3 players up there. JNAPS should be able to score here, but Fireburner regrounds himself and sends it away. 30 seconds remaining, and poor G2 just unable to score here in game 1.
They're getting good passes, but it only feels like they're getting maybe one. They're not thinking that many steps ahead. They're getting one good pass. Somebody's taking a shot on target like so, but then again, no one's there for the follow-up.
Yeah. They seem to be positioning kind of loosely in the right place, but just not committing to where they believe the save will send the ball. And as the final countdown happens here, NRG taking game number 1 over G2. A few demolitions just for good measure there at the end. First game of the best of 5 over to the North American champs. Can they hold on here, or G2 solidify themselves up in the top runnings? They've got 2 more games to figure themselves out.
I want to say a lot of that hesitation from G2 is probably because of who they're up against. Jacob, Garrett, and Fireburner. If anyone's going to be able to probably capitalize on nearly every counterattack, it's going to be this 3 right here.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they probably aren't going more than 1 or 2 passes ahead of time. Because if you want to get 3 or 4 passes, that means 2 people either need to stay close and do the back and forth, which isn't generally what G2 always goes for. They'll kind of pull that one person out and then get a quick pass and then take one nasty shot and then try and follow up with some more traditional, I guess, aggressiveness.
Aggressiveness?
Aggressiveness.
That's definitely a word there.
Aggression is probably the word I was looking for.
Alrighty.
We just add a bunch of stuff at the end of words.
Yeah, it's just
a bunch of prefixes and suffixes and call it a day.
Thesaurus time with Wavepunk and Findable Carpet here. Interesting to see Jacob getting 2 assists on their 2 goals. No shots, no goals for himself. I don't remember the last time I saw Jacob get no shots. I'm sure it's happened recently and I just don't remember it. But it's just not common here. Jacob usually a very big part of their offense. And here, clearly being a big part of their offense, he enabled, remember we were talking about that first goal, or maybe it was the second goal, where he just gets that amazing play in the midfield to dunk it over the defender and then just have Fireburner finish it off. But Jacob here, not taking any shots, but 6 from Fireburner there in game 1.
Jacob really is not a very selfless player. He just thinks in the moment, how do I capitalize the most out of the situation that's been handed to me? How do I get it around this defender? How do I pull as many people out for this as possible and yet still somehow keep control? So he's always thinking more about making use of his plays as opposed to thinking about the net at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely a selfless player. Now G2 to move this one forward. Looking for a win in the series. We saw NRG go up by 2 games and then have to play all the way to game 5 against FlyQuest earlier, so don't count G2 out. Kronovi will take the shot and score early here. Defense all amuck on just missed touches here from NRG, and G2 scores.
And another gap here. Garrett and Fireburner both went up for it, but look at how long it took for Kronovi to follow up for that 3rd touch. Had they not double dedicated for that, it would have been an easy clear, and then Kronovi could have been caught in that no man's land right in between. But a smart bump for Rizzo going in and trying to take out that goalie will give them the first goal.
And NRG able to shut G2 out in game number 1 here early. First minute of game 2. We'll see G2 on the board, but now NRG looking to strike, taking multiple shots on the net. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about here? The reverse goal from Jacob.
Oh my God, Jacob. None of that was intentional. He was still in the front flip animation. I think if he had some boost, I would have maybe given it to him. He front flipped. He was still front flipping when that happened. He may have been trying to pull back to get the bottom of his car.
If it was anybody else but Jacob, I'd be like, absolutely, not intentional. But this is just Tuesday for Jacob with the shots he puts on, you know? This guy is incredible. At this point, I don't even care if it's intentional. That was a beautiful
Wait, isn't
goal.
it Saturday?
But it's Tuesday for him, man.
He lives on a totally different week.
You don't want to see him on a Saturday. It's scary. First minute will come and go. Both teams scoring a goal. JNaps takes a shot towards the net.
Whoop.
Defense can't get up in time, and that'll be the lead right back to G2.
Garrett had the boost as well. He had just snagged that corner boost, so you'd think he'd have been able to react, but JNaps kept it high. Almost was even able to follow it through. The speed on that just really caught Garrett off guard. He wanted to go on the backboard, but he knew the moment he did, he'd probably keep it on the ground or trap it. So well played by JNaps.
Get that one in. JNaps rocking the pizza banner. Very popular banner. Kronovi now pulls up 2 defenders, completely open net. Rizzo will put it into the box, and JNaps will score. 2-goal lead now for G2. Committing this defensive plays has just been rough for NRG right now.
Yeah, 2 going up again. Garrett and Jacob, and not only that, Garrett cleared Jacob all the way to the corner, so he couldn't even recover if he wanted to. Looks like the bumps going against themselves this time. NRG usually a bit physical, and honestly, neither of these teams being terribly physical, not a lot of demolitions.
We'll see if NRG can bounce back now down by 2, but JNaps going to try and carry it through. Nearly made it a 3-goal game. Quick aggression off the kickoff. Fireburner will pick this one up. He kind of lofts it and loses control. Rizzo will pass a nice soft touchdown into the box. Defense again a bit confused from NRG and struggling to get clears. Losing a lot of 50-50s right now. So we'll wrap around the corner. Touch from G2 is interesting, but Kronovi will get the fake.
Oh.
Able to push this one through. He's sitting there in the midfield. Fireburner looks for the demo, but doesn't find it. Rizzo up can take a shot, but the zone comes through. Jacob will send it away. 2:56 left on the clock here as Kronovi passes in front of the net. Garrett G sends it off to the side, up by the midfield, but Rizzo's there, and just the midfield rotations right now for G2 really strengthening their offense. Finally, we see NRG breaking out. It feels like the ball's been in the blue for so long. Jacob will send it over to the side. JNaps the pass into the middle. Kronovi's touch sends it back towards Rizzo. He's got to play it up high off the 50-50. A demolition on goal,
Kronovi!
but cannot happen. Kronovi sends it away, and now JNaps with the breakaway back down the field. Go to the corner, and Jacob will play it out. But still, NRG, even when they're getting demolitions, unable to get it through the G2 defense.
That defense from Kronovi, actually phenomenal.
JNaps takes a shot. Garrett G plays it away. Fireburner down the field. Jacob challenging, but misses. Kronovi now up on the wall. He's got 2 players to support him, 3 players in the blue for G2. Rizzo goes for the zone on the goalie. A demolition on the JNaps will open up some space, and there's nobody in the back. Jacob should be able to just put this straight in. He will. It's a 1-goal game. Critical demolitions coming through for NRG.
Not a lot of demolitions this game, but that one on JNaps really did just take him for a loop. Rizzo, the last man back, and he is behind Jacob. Not able to chase that back in time. And I mean, NRG, they just never lose composure, no matter how far they're down, no matter what they're up against. They always seem to be playing just calm, collected, trying to figure out what it takes to break apart their opponents.
Kronovi takes a shot towards the net, but Garrett G will get it away. Now Jacob down the field. A 1-goal game. Anything can happen here. JNaps up the wall. Garrett G shot towards the net. Bounces high. Just off the vertices on the ground there. Fireburner. It looked like he was maybe trying to fake Rizzo, but didn't pull it off. He's trying to leave it for Garrett G. He'll be able to wrap it around in his own corner, send it back towards the net, but JNaps is there with the clear. Demolition onto Rizzo in the backfield. Will go unused as Kronovi's able to hold on to ball control at midfield. And now Jacob the loft. Garrett G the shot downfield. Rizzo's in a position to play it away. The shot was wide already. They'll put it into the corner. Now Fireburner back into the midfield. 1 minute remaining here. Kronovi gets it through 2. G2's holding on to the lead, and they just need to keep it here. But if anybody can score quickly, it's NRG right now, moving down the field. Fireburner into the corner. Defense on retreat for G2. 3 players grouped up as they try to get the clear. Getting a bit of the ball chase mentality that we've seen them before really get hurt by. They space back out. There's 30 seconds remaining. Jacob in the middle. Garrett G's up. Rizzo was up as well, but Garrett G gets a stronger touch. Fireburner lost it again. Kronovi looking to play it out, but Garrett G with the read towards the goal. JNAP's got zoned by Fireburner, and Jacob will put it back up onto the backboard. No challenges, no backboard positioning here. Garrett G now up, defense amuck again by Jacob. The final countdown, JNAPs will get a solid clear past Jacob. If he can just keep it back here, it's a win for G2. Kronovi to play it over the top of Garrett G. Jacob moving it down the field. Garrett G airborne to take a shot towards the net. 2 players up, they block it away. Fireburner rotated over to try and keep the play alive, puts it back in. Garrett G's there, but it gets killed by Rizzo. And G2 survives. They'll tie up the series.
G2 having a lot of control. They had 10 shots that match, which is a lot more than we generally see out of them. To only the 8, again, I won't say only, to 8 shots for NRG. This seems to be a pretty normal ratio considering it was 3-2. G2 had a little bit more control that time. NRG, though, some good critical demos there, which we usually see out of them. They generally are a bossier team. They like to remind everyone that they like to bump you around a little bit. So, you know, tying it up. G2, though, got to give it to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And holding on there at the end when we see just the complete aggression. There's no reason to hang back in your own half. Just go all out to try and score. The breakaway is not going to hurt you at that point because you're already losing. And defense holds on. Garrett had that shot right there, but Rizzo follows right along, drops it straight down, sends us into game number 3, tied up at 1 apiece.
Now, what we saw a little bit more from Fireburner, which we don't normally see, were just midfield shots at defenders. And I wonder if that's because NRG kind of knows that G2 can sometimes miscommunicate and fall apart.
Sure.
Especially on defense. Every now and then they all feel like they can do something really cool with it, and they struggle sometimes on getting those counterattacks quick enough. There were a couple times where if they just gotten a touch just a little bit faster, they actually would have had a wide open net for NRG, but they sometimes struggle to get that control right away. Maybe it's to locate each other or just under pressure they don't execute as well. But Fireburner taking midfield shots at defenders, usually he doesn't do that. Usually he's kind of the third guy that comes in and just takes them. He'll help set it up for the next 2 touches, and then he'll come be and secure it. But this time he's taking them at defenders. Maybe they're trying to play against G2's weaknesses.
I mean, possibly, definitely. Rotation's always been a weakness of G2, and I agree with you. I saw Fireburner taking shots that seemed probably easily defendable and not the sort of shots he would usually take. And I feel like that was a weakness I saw against FlyQuest earlier, too. NRG opting for more just long clears, just putting the ball up high and conceding ball control in a kind of non-meaningful way. So not the normal kind of just control, suffocating control we see from NRG.
And sometimes you'll give up control knowing you can get it back within their next touch, because you're either throwing it to a team that likes to throw it away as well. Sure. So then you just want to gain a little bit of ground and then meet them a little bit closer and a little bit closer until eventually.
Well, there you go.
Exactly
what you're talking about here. A bit of a wide rotation, and Jacob is honestly getting quite the accuracy. I'm not really sure if he meant for this to go the entire length of the field, but just look at it. You know, it's Jacob. So yeah, I'm gonna say he meant to do that. Look at that play.
He meant to do something with it. That's for sure. I don't think he's gonna complain about a goal only 35 seconds in. But yeah, that's gonna work in NRG's favor.
Absolutely. They'll have the lead here. See if they can hold on to it. Garrett G playing it over the top of Kronovi. JNAP's over the side. Rizzo to follow it up. Back out to midfield. Here comes Fireburner from the back. JNAP's and Kronovi not in the best positions on the defense. This one will bounce off the post and go back away. Fireburner gets demolished, which means Jacob and Garrett G can be a bit more aggressive here, but Garrett G misses the touch. Going to rotate over. Play it back in. Now Rizzo looking for JNAPs, but intercepted by Jacob, but now he's got a really good position here. He's able to get the pass, but there's nobody committed up with him as well either, so they will not be able to get a shot. 2 players committed up there. It's Fireburner that has to bail out NRG right now. 3:35 left on the clock. G2 needing to find a goal right now. They got down by 1 on that crazy play by Jacob.
You can see a lot of times NRG attacking as a pair, which is almost always what you're going to want to do if someone has control. The first person's there to just force them to make a play. If you get a 50, well, sweet, that worked. Oh!
Hey, look at that popcorn again. This one coming off of the corner. Rizzo shot this from his own half, didn't he? Yeah, this one just gets quite the bounce, and Jacob realized at the last moment the bounce was really unfortunate. He's like, I have to get this one away. Ends up going in. Tie game on 2 crazy goals.
Yep, I don't think that was intentional either. So, you know, it's a clean slate. Just call it a shortened game. 0-0, 3 minutes left.
Yeah, exactly. JNAPs gets demolished in his own half. Garrett G into the corner, nearly got another demolition on a JNAPs. But Jacob now, can he finish this off by himself? No one in a good position in the net. He'll be able to get it on target, but this one gets cleared by Rizzo. And now the transition from JNAPs down. Can he get it over the top? No, Garrett G's able to get up in time and send the ball high. keeping that one away, keeping us tied up at 1 apiece, and now the roll straight down. Jacob comes in, but he's a bit late. Won't be able to score off of that initial touch from Garrett G. They'll keep the pressure on here, but stronger positioning from G2 will transition this one back out. Fireburner now to the corner. Nap's demolished again. It's like a second time in a minute. OVF will drop it over to the side. NRG up to Jacob. Misses contact.
He did slow down JNaps though. Notice JNaps did not contest that because he knew Jacob was there.
Cross halftime is still tied up at 1 apiece. Winner of this game puts their opponents on match point as JNaps a 3rd time demolished here. This poor guy, it's starting to look like Sad Jr. in the FlyQuest NRG match earlier. Jacob gonna follow this one upside down, take a shot towards the net, puts it in. There's just nobody else that follows like this guy right now.
Do you know how much boost he had left when he was done with this?
No.
1.
1 boost.
He had 1 boost left the moment he made that touch.
How many boosts would you like, Jacob? 99, please. I have 1.
I know exactly how much it takes to do this aerial. Hold on. One more pat. Cool. Yep. I have exactly what it takes to make this shot. Unbelievable.
That is absolutely incredible there. Jacob, 2 very long-range goals. Both of those starting in his own box. The second one will carry all the way. 150 left to go. And hashtag Jacob things just continues to be a thing. You know, we look at people like Devo and we say the double tap. This is his signature move. Jacob's signature move is literally all the other moves. He just does all the things nobody else does. Now Garrett G on the wall. Jacob lurking up, just trying to be a nuisance and be a redirect. Will not go in the net. JNaps has to play this one away. Gets to Kurnovi. Shot towards the goal is wide. Garrett G will play it away. Jacob rotates in right behind him, and here comes Rizzo. Shot towards net again. Garrett G will play this one away, and JNaps gets demolished in the opponent's corner, which means they'll kind of reset the defensive rotation here, and it'll enable Kurnovi and Rizzo to keep this power going. Jacob, though, over the top. JNaps has to fall back. Got a good clear over the top of all the G2 players. Now Fireburner to Garrett G. Soft shot towards the net. 2 defenders up. Here's Fireburner and Garrett G. They cannot get it into the net. Like Fireburner maybe kind of blocked Garrett G from taking the shot there, but it was definitely Fireburner's ball. Now G2's the soft pass out. Rizzo will look to connect with JNaps. There's Fireburner with the save. 40 seconds left on the clock, and it's just the reverse story from game 2. As it's 2-1 in favor of NRG. G2 looking to tie it up in the waning moments of the game. JNaps off the backboard, Kurnovi into the corner. Rizzo lurks in the middle, just hoping for a shot opportunity. Jacob misses, and JNaps will try to fake out Garrett G. It's there. Kurnovi could possibly take a shot. He'll go up, he'll move it towards the net, but it's soft, and Jacob plays it away. 17 seconds remaining, and going down the length of the field, Garrett G shot towards the net. Blocked by JNaps. Rizzo crossed across his own net to keep it away from the other NRG players as the final countdown happens. JNaps up, he'll miss contact, and Fireburner in the net. Can he put this in? Rizzo to play it away. JNaps has to carry it the whole way. He can't get it on his hood, and NRG takes game 3.
I think we saw a little bit of tunnel vision there at the end. That last shot from Kurnovi onto net, he had Rizzo to his right. It may have been on Rizzo there to talk about it or Kurnovi to notice, but that is something you need to communicate because Rizzo was actually there, and I was on Jacob's cam. I don't think he had any clue Rizzo was there until that shot was already on its way. And the shot was so weak and so slow. I don't know if Kurnovi was hoping Jacob would go for a pre-jump because I thought, I couldn't tell from the angle I was watching because I was on Jacob's perspective, but I thought Kurnovi had more time to try and get a power shot. He could have gone for the top 2 corners.
Yeah.
Maybe he was expecting Jacob to go for the pre-jump, but in reality, Rizzo was off to Jacob's left.
Yeah.
And he could have easily just like anywhere else except for where Jacob's car was.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was both Garrett G and Fireburner who kind of moved the ball into the corner, and then Garrett G actually just clears it straight back into the middle with not that much pace on it. Definitely can function as a pass to G2 there, but they were not able to make it happen. Jacob gets the clear there, and they take the win here. Very similar stories, just kind of antithetical stories between games 2 and 3 as we see G2 get the 2-1 victory, and then we see NRG get the 2-1 victory. And now in game 4, NRG wins this one. They'll improve to 5-1 and be the undisputed #1 team, at least for this week number 4.
They're trying for it, and these games are close, though. I'm really enjoying the way that G2 is performing. A lot less mistakes and a lot more consistent. And consistency, as we've said it a billion times, is G2's biggest problem. Sometimes we'll see G2 just teach teams how to play Rocket League, and other times it's like they forget.
Yep. Sometimes they'll end up committing multiple players to the exact same touch where there's a clear ball control, ball favor for one of the players. But can they finish this one off here? Can they play cleanly, rotate well? NRG up to Fireburner. Transition always so strong for NRG. Rizzo, brilliant save off to the side, puts it into the corner. The pressure continues for NRG. Fireburner nearly scoring there as it goes off the post.
I mean, even with that touch from Rizzo, pushing into the corner, buying his team as much time as possible. One touch and it's right back in the middle and another threat for NRG.
Even with the demolition on Jacob, they were able to keep that pressure on for a moment longer. Jacob will send this one away. NRG puts a bit more pace on it. Kenobi following this one through. Jacob and Garrett G will tag team to clear there to reverse the direction as well. Now JNaps trying to play it away, but Jacob's got this read. He'll follow this one through. Just try to put it back into the box as the defenders moved out. And Garrett G taking a shot, blocked by JNaps. Kenobi up. He'd love to maybe make the long shot. Fireburner will send it away, and then Kenobi gets demolished for his troubles. Garrett G down the field. Jacob behind him. Fireburner moving up as well. JNaps able to carry that one away. Put it back into the box. They continue to play this one through. Has they mentioned it's JNaps' birthday? Has anybody said that yet today?
If they didn't, I wanted to. It's JNaps' birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
I think they did in the beginning.
Everybody say happy birthday.
Pretty sure they did in the beginning.
The chat for JNaps there. Just need to make sure everybody remembers. Fireburner airborne here to drop this one through. JNaps will get a savior medal for his birthday, or a save medal there. You know, get yourself a birthday present. Happy birthday to me.
I can't imagine they feel good getting savior medals. It's probably like a participation medal.
Can I please get a hat trick? I would really like a hat trick for my birthday.
Can I trade these saves in for goals?
JNaps getting demolished in his own half by Jacob. Sends a shot towards net now. Rizzo back down the field. Quiet game 4, especially as G2 does not want to concede this. Jacob trying to come off the wall here. Garrett G there to take a shot towards the net. Nobody really home, and Rizzo will have to fly from the midfield to get the save in net. In the box. Now Kenobi to Rizzo to JNaps. Pass plays to confuse NRG, but Jacob has the read. And it's back in the orange corner again. Fireburner to wrap this one back there. Jacob moves in to take the shot, but the defense holds for G2 as they continuously are putting this pressure on, and it does feel like it's just steadily NRG up and in G2's half. Kenobi gets a long block away, and Jacob does not get a very good clear here. JNaps should be able to put this one through. He does, puts it in. G2's got the lead.
You know, I was going to mention something that G2 is always one step away from completely demolishing NRG, and that, again, that touch from Kenobi, no one was there to follow it up until there was a huge mistake from Jacob.
Yeah.
He thought he had that pinch and could have pushed it to the side, but it dropped right back down. And then JNaps came to try and secure. So he's just one step short, one step away from just that final touch, the final pass, or the last shot, from truly just outplaying NRG. There's been so many opportunities.
They've had many opportunities, and they finally are able to capitalize on one of them. That mistake from Jacob on the wall gives G2 the lead in game 4. If they can just hold on to this for 2 more minutes-ish, they'll be able to send us to game 5. Jacob backflips. I think he was trying to leave it for Fireburner, and then Rizzo kind of gets the clear. An interesting play there in the blue box, but JNaps now to move it back down. Fireburner will play it off to the side. Jacob moves into net behind him. Ooh. Fireburner, what a read to send that one back away. JNaps has a light touch, but it won't go much of anywhere. Fireburner's up first, over the top of JNaps. Jacob will look to maybe set up Garrett here in the corner. It does not go anywhere on the touch from Rizzo. Now 125. Coming off the wall, trying to drop this one to Kenobi. Pitches across, and it'll be JNaps in the back. Send it back up. Kenobi onto the backboard. JNaps with the follow up. It does not go in. A beautiful play, completely uncontested by NRG, but just as you said, one step short of dismantling this reigning North American champion.
That time they had the step, just not in the execution.
Final minute of gameplay, game number 4. Rizzo and JNaps both missing there. Jacob will try to take a shot. This one actually going the length. Nobody's in a good position. What? This is an own goal from Jacob?
Garrett actually pre-jumped this. The moment he saw it pinching all the way back, he tried to jump up, but he was going too far forward, too much momentum. An unfortunate pinch for NRG, but incredibly fortunate for G2. Now 2 goals up with 48 seconds. Although there's one team I think can always do it in the last minute, it's going to be NRG.
There have been some pretty nuts goals here. Oh my goodness, the blazing shot. Kenobi with the excellent save to put it high and keep them from cutting it down to a 1-goal game. They have to make it a 1-goal game quickly. They want to be able to tie this one up. Fireburner right in the box. This one going in a dangerous place. Rizzo doesn't have the best of clears. Fireburner will try to follow it, but there's Rizzo to play it away. Was able to bail himself out. They've gotten it past Kronovi. Garrett G to follow it through towards the net. Can he put this one in? Oh, Jacob's there to finish it off. Jacob with the heavy carry this today. The 1-goal game, 19 seconds left. NRG's got a chance.
Oh, there's nothing Rizzo could do. Garrett G and Jacob both barreling down on him. Garrett G could have followed that through and pushed it to the left side. Jacob there to push it to the right side. Rizzo caught in the middle, not knowing how to dedicate to either of those. And 18 seconds left and NRG tie it up.
They have to win their 50-50s. They have to get the ball down the field. The pass here to Garrett G. The transition's quick. Fireburner's there. Shot blazing down the field. The Rizzo gets the block but gets demolished. A 2v3 situation. As Garrett G sets it off the backboard. JNaps moves out. Fireburner pinches it back down, but no one's in a really good position from NRG. Kronovi will let this one drop, and it will touch the ground. No, Jacob gets it alive again. Fireburner should be low on boost, though, so this should touch. There you go. G2 gets the win in Game 4. An exciting end there to the game, but we'll go to Game 5, Garvin.
Game 5 with the Titans. I'm not surprised. Most of these games being within 1 goal, almost overtimes, getting so close every single time. They're just kind of trading in shots, both getting a lot, sometimes more threatening than others. G2, they are starting to get a little more semblance of that last touch. Kind of in the first few games when they were losing to NRG, they would get like one great pass, and then it would bounce off the backboard unanswered, and then no one was there for that last touch, right? Who was there to even if it's not going in, to put a big enough threat to force someone to do something, and then you can get one more bigger threat next time, right? You're slowly ramping up your shots until eventually a defender just can't make it there in time.
Yeah.
But that time we saw them. They were finally getting that one extra step, that step to try and outplay NRG. The last touch from JNaps, that one shot, just this close, but that was accuracy, right? They have the good idea, that's not the accuracy, which is a lot more fixable. Being able to just fix up your shot, because these guys are really, really good.
Yeah, and they are able to, again, hold on the defense. It's the second game we've seen. Both games 2 and 4 ending in the exact same way. G2 getting 2 goals, NRG only getting 1, and having to play monster defense there at the end. As I would love to see NRG play the way they do in the last 10 seconds the entire game, because they're so threatening. It's such an amazing performance on the offense. But then again, you know, they're only able to really play that way because G2's only playing defense. They're not trying to get out and score. They're not going to risk leaving themselves open. So here we go with Game 5, NRG versus G2. And here comes NRG already on the offense. Fireburner into the corner, looks for goalies, doesn't find him. JNaps will play to the side. Ovi with a soft touch, but he gets it over the top of Garrett G. Now Jacob and Fireburner moving up. There's the touch from Rizzo back down. Jacob onto the backboard, gets the demolition onto 1, chases and tries to bump Kronovi out of the way, but the damage is already done as Kronovi puts it all the way into the blue corner. Now Jacob, past Rizzo. The shot comes through from JNaps, but Garrett G will clear it away. Kronovi rotates in the midfield. And Garrett G, what a carry and a shot. Locked away by Rizzo. JNaps to wrap it back around.
Trading back and forth possession right now. Early game play, no one wants to commit too much until they finally see the opportunity of a good demolition or someone pushing too far in. Rizzo, though, with an air carry around Garrett.
Almost got it through the whole defense. Jacob was there, though, in the top corner. Now Fireburner and Garrett G. Kills this one, plays it to the side, got some confusion. That's exactly what he wants here as Fireburner moves over to the far side. He'll look to play it back in, but JNaps over the top of him. Jacob will win the 50-50 at the midfield. A 50-50 one out again by Fireburner, and he'll look for Rizzo in net. Does not find contact. Rizzo will be able to keep his wits about him, try to clear this one out. But right now, NRG, again, they've had so much control through this entire series, and yet G2 finds a way to score the goals in the few moments they give them, and that's what's put us here into Game 5.
G2, if there's one thing they're great at, it's single touch clears. A lot of teams have struggled doing that, but no matter where it is on that backboard, they're able to push it around the corner. You almost always have your opponents are going to be pushing up in that corner, waiting for you to drop it down, trying to just 50-50 it and get a good contest. But G2 can always clear it out.
Kronovi in to put it on the backboard. He's got JNaps as a shooter. Fireburner will be able to get it over the top, and a soft touch there by Jacob. 2 of them in a row to remove Rizzo from the play. Fireburner now onto the backboard. Rizzo's there, so he rotated back on defense. NRG over the top of 2. Jacob in. The 50-50 goes in JNAP's favor. Fireburner puts it back in. Jacob will try to flip it around, but does not make enough contact to put it in the net. Now Kronovi up to JNAP's on the top corner. Between the wall and the roof, will be able to clear it all the way back down. And into the blue corner. Jacob now up. Out in the middle. Garrett has to follow this one along. And he gets it past Rizzo, but the shot is wide. And JNAP's is in net for extra security. Bit of confusion on NRG and who was going to take that shot. Kronovi will try to take advantage of it. Jacob will just swat it to the side. Now 2:09 left to go. In this game 5, you win this game, you take a massive step towards that first place position. Either NRG improves to 5-1 or G2 improves to 4-1. Kronovi with the shot. This one's a bit wide. Demolition on Rizzo, opening up some space to possibly clear, but they got to hold on to this. And again, there's the long clears. They're just conceding ball control over and over again, and Jacob unable to make the save in net. G2 will take the lead.
As everyone playing so spread, Jacob bounced off the ground and then had no choice. Tried to get the most unique save that he could.
Tried.
But JNAP's again, you just keep a constant slow threat and a tiny mistake. Jacob, I think he came off the post and then bounced off the ground to the goal. And now, with only a minute 35 left, G2 take the lead.
G2 trying to make the statement. They defeated Cloud9 last week. Can they do it again and defeat the other Titan of North America, NRG, to put them as the clear favorite? Jacob plays into the corner, gets a demolition, gets the pass here into the box. The shot comes through. Fireburner puts it in. We got a tie game.
There it is. Jacob really just taking his time for this. Kronovi trying to get that. Then we see a demolition onto Rizzo, and Jacob just popping it out. JNAP has no choice. And Fireburner shot as well. He did not have as much of an angle as it looked like. He had to put it over JNAP without overshooting into the crossbar, and he had almost no time to react. Tie game.
Another kickoff going very much in G2's favor. JNAPs can't make the shot, but Fireburner gets bumped out of the way. Rizzo puts it through. Beautiful playoff kickoff, and G2 takes the lead right back.
The bumps today really have been such a factor for everything. Fireburner getting just pushed to the side. Here you go, buddy. Good luck with that save.
Garrett G comes flying from the side. No, trying to get there. Couldn't make it happen, and NRG down by 1 again. The score line of games 2 through 4, 2-1. We're here now, a minute remaining in this game. Can NRG finally come back from this deficit that they've struggled with in 2 games in this series? Garrett G up, plays it past Kronovi. Jacob airborne, shot towards net, puts it down, and Rizzo gets the save. Kronovi in the corner now. One more goal would basically secure it for G2. JNAPs gets demolished in his own half. Fireburner looking for Jacob. And over the top of 2, but JNAPs just clears it heavily. Garrett G in the corner, not going to be there. Kronovi looks to take a shot, but the softness is just gone. And then Rizzo able to find it, put it through. The mistakes on the defense, NRG's got to be kicking themselves, because look at G2. They're up now by 2 with 28 seconds.
Jacob he tried to read the player. He thought Kronovi had the touch on that, but he was actually nowhere near that. He jumped up thinking that Jacob had the touch. They both tried to save each other's clears, but it did not matter. It went right in, and Rizzo will finalize that shot.
24 seconds left, down by 2. It's grim right now for NRG. G2, you heard it on the desk. You heard it from us. We all predicted NRG to take the victory here, but G2 coming out, haven't gotten the defeat over the favorites of North America, Cloud9, and now the reigning, defending North American champions, NRG, will fall to G2. Is this G2's year? Right now, they're saying yes.
NRG and G2, honestly, every single player on this pitch pulled their weight. Everyone was playing so consistently. Everyone was playing so strongly. All the touches they were making were useful. They were really reading each other. We rarely saw double commits, let alone anything more than a double commit. But for the first time in a long time, I can say G2 played nearly consistent the entire series.
The entire series.
Not many mistakes at all from them. They were really working well together, and they weren't going for too many flashy plays. They were just playing calm and consistent. And yes, I commented on them not getting those final touches, but that's to get the shots. But their defense was still strong. Every now and then, I mean, it's NRG, right? They're going to find a way to get it around you if you're not contesting everything. But G2 played very consistent, and I really enjoyed that. And if this G2 goes forward and they're able to take down NRG in a Game 5, they're looking to have a really strong record for the rest of the RLCS.
Absolutely. We saw them playing with very, very few of the mistakes we've seen them playing with up until now. They're able to play cleanly, capitalize on the mistakes that NRG gave them, and now they are tied for first with Cloud9 and Ghost at 4-1. So we move into Week 5. It's just crazy how tight things are right now in North America. Well done to G2. Let's head back to the desk. I want to hear what they've got to say.
Yeah, what an awesome series there. Two of our top teams in North America going toe-to-toe all the way to 5 games, and eventually G2 coming out on top over NRG. We didn't expect it. We didn't predict it. We used our noodles, but we were picking NRG. But G2 making it happen. We said it was possible. Let's take a look at the Mobile One High Performance replay. This has to be a massive victory for G2. And a season full of questions. Now they're finally coming up with the answers that they want to come up with, and they're looking good. They're at the top of the standings.
Yeah, 3-way tie with Cloud9 and Ghost. They get to play Ghost next week. Huge game there for top 2 implications. Probably whoever wins that will get one of those spots, but G2 played really well. Rizzo on defense, 15 saves, and so I always talk about how he gets some bad rebounds. I didn't see any in the series. He was playing really well, not letting him score.
One, yeah,
great save right there. He was the difference maker, I thought. And on the other side, Garrett, relatively quiet, a lot of defensive mistakes where he would just leave the net open just a little bit too much, and then a weird pinch play would happen, go right over his head. It seemed like Garrett was relatively quiet in this series.
Yeah, I felt like there was a lot of things that happened on NRG's side. Just felt like it was working against them the entire game long. Just the defense, a lot of miscommunications, like you said, and it just didn't feel like they kind of go into the series with the thought process that they deserved to win this. It looked like they were second-guessing themselves all throughout the series.
But the one thing I love is seeing Rizzo be that cleanup man. He only had 9 shots, but 4 of those were goals. So that's after the pressure from JNaps and Kronovi forcing those really bad rebounds where Rizzo has an easy shot for a goal, and he made them count. And that's what we love to see from G2. We saw JNaps be the carry that he always is, gets the most shots and being that aggressive player. But then we have Kronovi and Rizzo following up and actually making some plays. And no bad defensive plays. That's the one thing with G2 I'm always worried about is the bad defensive plays, and we didn't see any of this series.
Yeah, and remember, it's JNaps' birthday. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But, speaking of, G2's perspective here, where, they're coming into this season with all their various history with each of those players. How are they feeling coming into this league play? And then how are they going to play? Are we going to see them play well? And again, in those answers that we're discovering right now, they are playing well. They are near the top of the standings. Is this the G2 we're looking for? What's going through the mind of this G2 team now that coming into today, those 2 very close victories over Rogue and again over NRG that we just saw? What does this mean for them as a team?
It's still like we love when they're good. We know they're good. We just don't know if we'll see it every single week. And it's funny because next week they play a first place team in Ghost and a last place team in Allegiance. And knowing G2, they'll lose to Allegiance and beat Ghost. That's just how G2 plays. Right now, it seems like the consistency is finally getting there. Take out Cloud9 last week. They take out NRG this week.
And the consistency was always what was in question, I think, right? I mean, we never thought maybe we did for a second, but we never thought seriously that this is a horrible team. They don't do anything good. It's all bad. I mean, we all thought, brilliant moments from all 3 of the members. It's just that it never seems to happen at the same time.
Yeah.
And they just can't, string it all together in a win. And I think now, today, they've kind of put themselves in a good position, and that's a little scary because whenever they get into a good position, they find a way out of it. Yeah. But, hopefully
they have to convince themselves that they're not in that good position yet. They have to, stay on top of their game.
It's week 1, guys. It's week 1.
Exactly. We got some hot off the press tweets here. I'm tracking down some G2 players. Kronovi tweeted, TFW. Anyone know what that means? That's one of those internet lingo things. Gibbs?
It's 2. I'm too old for this.
Wow.
No, that face went.
There you go. You got it.
I got it. I know.
We got to translate this a little bit.
I'm cool.
Kronovi says, TFW, that face win, right? You get 65 points in Game 5. And then he put LUL in all caps. Lol.
Again, we talk about G2. They don't need Kronovi to carry. They actually prefer him to be that third man, not doing as much.
And then we have a tweet from JNaps, the birthday boy. He tweeted, good way to end off the birthday. Thanks for all the birthday wishes and GG's to NRG. So a couple reactions from G2. I'm looking for Rizzo tweets. I'm not seeing anything quite yet, but regardless, G2 has to be feeling great. Oh, and I just now saw a tweet from Jacob McDowell, a.k.a. RL Jacob from NRG. He just said, you never want to lose out on top 2 for league play and hashtag RLCS. Well played to G2 eSports. So definitely a bit to be, a bit lost there for NRG as they were close to getting a really important victory themselves, but eventually G2 getting the victory. But guys, let's take a look at the standings here, and Gibbs, you can help us break down what we're to expect. Now, only one thing is kind of set in stone here regarding promotion relegation, as far as I understand correctly. Renegades will be there.
Yeah, Renegades is out, and also with that G2 win, that knocks Rogue out of a chance for a top 2 spot. Like I said earlier, they had a very hard chance to make it, but that bumps them out. There's a 3-way tie for first, but Jacob's saying he's out of top 2. He's not out of top 2 just yet. They play Cloud9 next week. They still have a decent chance to make the top 2 as long as they win that series, but they need help now. They won't control their own destiny. And of course, that Ghost G2 series is very important. But basically, we have 4 teams. They're all battling for the top 2 right now, and it all comes down to next week.
Yes, it does, going down to the very end, and this is how it works in regular season play. We have all these matches, all of them play each other, but it all comes down to that final week, and I'm still reading through Twitter here. Classics says, hey, say my tweet on stream, Axel Toss. There you go, Classics. Congratulations. Good job.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, don't encourage him.
And Lawler's saying is that feel win.
No, don't definitely encourage Lawler. Never encourage Lawler.
Okay, I don't want to encourage Lawler.
Don't encourage him.
Lawler, we're ignoring your tweet. We're ignoring it.
Just mute him. It's fine.
Let's get into the player of the week, however. Player of the week presented by Old Spice. Moms and Sons agree it practically smells itself. Congratulations to Zane Jackie from Ghost, going 2-0 today. There's some weirdness last week. Lethamyr not able to hang out as long, but this week they got a sweep over FlyQuest. They got a 3-1 victory over Renegades. They're near the top of the standings, as we just saw, and a lot of it has to do with this guy, Zane Jackie. Congratulations.
Zane Jackie, what a series versus FlyQuest. 5 goals, 5 assists. His picture is even thematic. Ghost gaming, he looks like a ghost in his picture. It's looking perfect for Zane Jackie.
Performance,
he can't do nothing wrong.
Absolutely insane.
All right, Quinn won't be back tomorrow. Lawler, please fly out tomorrow. But Zane Jackie, that FlyQuest series was
funny.
No, so it was so big for Ghost to win that series. It was very close too. But Zane Jackie just putting the team on his back. It probably wasn't that close because Zane Jackie was putting it on his back. But some of these goals were just absolutely insane. Off the back wall, that deflection. Oh.
When you see a performance like that, it's just the kind of thing where you know in your head right away, there's not going to be another person today who's going to be able to top that. It's just, it felt like every single game was decided by something that Zane Jackie did. And whether that happened in the beginning game, middle, or end, there was never a moment where he was just out of it.
And plus, he was my last question mark on that Ghost team. Looks like that Ghost team's filling in. They're filling in at the right time. They're all warming up into the season. Now they're all looking extremely strong going into the final week where they get to play a G2 team, so that should be a lot of fun.
By the way, Rizzo did tweet, and we saw your tweet, Rizzo. Thanks for your kind words. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if y'all saw it. I don't know if you saw Rizzo tweet.
I'm sorry, I don't look at Twitter while I'm working. Axel talk.
Hey, you gotta get the conversation of the people involved with the stream. It's important. I care for you guys.
Man of the people over here.
All right, that wraps up our day today. What an awesome day. 6 awesome matches in the North America region, and you're probably watching, you're like, wait, I want to watch more. This is a lot of fun. Well, guess what? We're coming back tomorrow. Twitch.tv/Rocket League, 9 a.m. Pacific. Let's take a look at what is going down. We got a lot of awesome European team play here, and again, week 4 out of 5. So these matches are getting very important, and I think a highlight for a lot of folks is that match number 5. Arguably a match to decide who's the best in the world right now. It's PSG eSports against Method.
But don't sleep on match 2 and 3. We have never had a team since season 2, because season 1 was a different format, to begin a season 5-0. Every team will slip up at 4-0. So Method and PSG, those are tough matches against Mach and Excel, who both only have 1 loss. So they still control their own destiny to try and make it into one of those top spots.
Yeah, I think there's one of them is going to make it through at least undefeated. I'm going to put my money on PSG. I don't know about you guys. I mean,
Ooh.
It's close. I do have them both winning, but I was sitting there and pick them for a while. Like, do I take both upsets just to make sure I get one?
No, I think that they're both going to be able to do it.
All right.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see what happens. And again, that all is going to be unfolding tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/Rocket League. We're closing out the show for now, guys. Any final thoughts before we move into tomorrow?
I'm just excited for next week as well. Tomorrow and next week, it's going to be a lot of fun. We only have like 12 games left total. Fantastic.
Something like that, yeah.
A lot of fun.
I get excited, get hyped. Rocket League. Woo.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Twitch.tv/Rocket League tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to pop a fancy graphic up on the board here to tell you when we are live. Twitch.tv/Rocket League Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. This is your source for the best Rocket League play in the world. Thanks for tuning in to Week 4 of North American League play. We'll see you tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. Pacific as we get European Week 4 underway for the Rocket League Championship Series. Thanks for tuning in.